everyone, this is Farha nausheen of Group 316. My topic is the rotational isomeric theory of macromolecules. The polyethylene chain, which consists of single CC bonds, undergoes internal rotation in each link of the chain. It is precisely the internal rotation, that is conformational changes, that determines the chain flexibility, which is responsible for the rubber elasticity of polymers. A maximally simplified model of macromolecule in the form of freely joined rods of the same length. Each rod rotates freely relative to the adjacent ones. The macromolecule may be regarded as an equilibrium mixture of rotational isomers and the internal rotation in chain as rotational isomerism, that is, transitions from one conformation to another. The rotamers of N-butane. Example, the rotational isomeric theory has been well substantiated for those cases where the minima of the energy are separated by barriers, which by far exceed. If the barriers are low, the rotational isomeric theory is still applicable as an approximate mathematical method. The actual existence of rotamers in macromolecules has been established by the number of methods, primarily by the method of infrared spectroscopy in the studying of thermomechanical properties and extension of polymers. The rotational isomeric theory forms the basis for the statistical physics of macromolecules. The molecular flexibility is based on the chemical structure of macromolecules. Equilibrium rotational isomeric state theory provides the link between the local conformational properties of small fragments of macromolecules and the conformational properties of the entire chain under theta conditions. Many macromolecules are polymers, smaller molecules called monomers. The most common macromolecule in biochemistry are biopolymers. For example, nucleic acids, proteins, and carbohydrates, and large non-polymeric molecules such as lipids, nanogels, and macrocycles. Biological macromolecules generally are polymers formed by the joining monomers or single molecules together in the long chain. They are formed by the process of polymerization. We should know about the four major classes of biological macromolecules: carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. Each is an important cell component and performs a wide array of functions. Combined, these molecules make up of the majority of cell's dry mass. What is the main idea of macromolecules? Macromolecules are basically polymers, long chains of molecular subunits called monomers. Carbohydrates, proteins, and nucleic acids are found as long polymers. Due to their polymeric nature and large size, they are known as macromolecules. They are made up of only small number of elements: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and to the smaller amounts of nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur. The interaction between macromolecules and the other molecules rely on the same weak non-covalent interactions that play the major role in stabilizing the three-dimensional structures of the macromolecules themselves. The hydrophobic effect, ionic interactions, and hydrogen bonding interactions are prominent. How important are macromolecules? It provides the structural support, a source of stored fuel, the ability to store and retrieve genetic material, and the ability to speed biochemical reactions. And also, proteins and nucleic acids have been broadly utilized for managing diseases such as cancer, cerebrovascular and cardiovascular diseases, and others. The second topic is the macromolecule as a cooperative system. The interactions between macromolecules and other molecules rely on the same weak non-covalent interactions that play the major role in stabilizing the three-dimensional structures of the macromolecules. The hydrophobic effect, ionic interactions, and hydrogen bonding interactions are prominent. How macromolecules work together to support an organism. Nucleic acids stores and transfer information. Carbohydrates stores energy, provide fuel and build structure in the body. Main source of energy. Structure of plant cell wall. Lipids insulator and stores fats and energy. Protein provides structural support, transport enzymes, movement and defense. What macromolecules is DNA? Nucleic acids. Macromolecules made up of units called nucleic acids. The nucleic acid come in two naturally occurring varieties: deoxyribonucleic acid DNA and ribonucleic acid RNA. DNA is the genetic material found in living organisms, all the way from single celled bacteria to multicellular mammals. Why can't we live without macromolecules? Each of types of macromolecules perform a wide array of important functions within the cell. A cell cannot perform its role within the body without many different types of these crucial molecules. In combination, these biological macromolecules make up the majority of the cell's dry mass. Macromolecules also play important role in maintaining the homeostasis. For example, water is needed to maintain homeostasis. Cells are also made up of macromolecules: nucleic acids, lipids, proteins, carbohydrates. These macromolecules help maintain a cell's structure, help cells communicate with each other, aid in energy storage, etc. These cooperative system, very important phenomena, cannot be understood without reference to interactions between the elements of the system. For example, gas to liquid transition is a cooperative system, gaseous to liquid state and liquid state to gaseous. Thank you for listening.